Happy Saturday, everybody.
Happy Saturday, nerds. Happy E3. How's everyone doing today?
Oh,
Good morning, Goat.
are you kidding me? It's the most wonderful time of the year right now. This is better than Christmas.
It is. It is. Well, we got a special event for you today, nerds. We're gonna stream some of the EA conference, specifically the Jedi Fallen Order, maybe the Apex Legends, and then we're gonna get into our E3 predictions. So I think we got like a minute or two before the video starts. Is everyone excited?
Oh, I'm a little nervous when it comes to EA. They've really put a sour taste in my mouth the past couple years. I'm hoping they can redeem themselves with Fallen Order. This looks like it can be a fantastic game and really bring them back up and show that they learned from their mistakes and they're willing to work with the community now and try to make a good product. But like I said, I'm hesitant after what happened with Battlefront.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm hoping it's good.
All I can say is the North will always remember the online pass.
All right. So we have 30 seconds till it goes live right now. Looks like there's some video going, so we're going to jump over to that.
All right, let's do it.
Legends is bringing a new weapon, a new mode, a new battle pass, and even a new legend. Battlefield 5 has tons of new maps to show off, plus some surprises. FIFA 20 has a brand new way to play, plus a bunch of game updates you've been shouting for. Madden 20's got gameplay pack deep dives into all new features, including those awesome new X Factor abilities. And The Sims is unveiling a never-before-seen pack, along with a few new surprises. And of course, in just a few moments, I'll be kicking things off with the latest on Star Wars Jedi Fallen
Here we
Order,
go.
including 15 minutes of world premiere, never-before-seen, first
Hey,
look
it's
exclusive
Greg.
gameplay. So get
Perfect.
ready.
So we are getting
EA
gameplay
Play starts
immediately. So that's going to be a good jump. Is being perfect. We're going straight into gameplay video.
What's up, EA Play? How are you, Los Angeles? Come on,
Hey, it's
Hollywood.
Greg.
That's what I like to hear.
Perfect. So we are getting
What's up,
gameplay
my
immediately,
fellow
so that's going to be
Jedi?
a good
I'm Greg
jump.
Miller, and today
Oh,
we're
perfect.
talking
We're going
Star
straight
Wars
into gameplay
Jedi
video.
Fallen Order. We've been waiting so. You know what? We're talking about Star Wars. Yeah.
This game looks realistic.
We've been waiting so long for details on this game. I can't believe it. Can you believe it, LA? And we're finally here to help us get things started. We've got the head of and the director of Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, Stig Asmussen. Everybody give it up for Vincent Stig. Come on.
Get gameplay, so that's going to be a good jump. We're going straight into game.
Get in there. How you doing? Goodness. Give me
It looks
Vince.
realistic.
Going. Yeah. Yeah. Please keep it going. They're making a Star Wars game. Guys, welcome to EA Play.
Thank you. What
How-
a great welcome.
How are you feeling right now? No pressure. You're just about to announce maybe one of the biggest, if not the biggest, games of your lives.
I'm gonna let Stig answer this one.
You're supposed to answer this.
Off script.
So
Oh
awesome.
yeah, we're totally off script.
Realistic.
That was a dumb
Officially off
idea.
script.
Nobody cares.
So awesome to be here. I mean, it's EA Play, it's E3, it's Star Wars.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't really get any bigger than that.
Yeah, this is something that Stig and I have been envisioning for years, to see it come to life and be able to show you guys 15 minutes of gameplay today. Uncut.
All right. So everybody's anxious to see what this 15 minutes is going to be.
Yeah.
For somebody watching right now, just they don't know anything. What is happening? What is this game all about, Vince?
This is a single player action adventure game set post. Oh, yeah.
They're not dead, everybody!
Set post Order 66 after the events in Episode 3, when all the Jedi were hunted down. Well, not all. When the
15.
Jedi were hunted down and eliminated.
So, Sig, that's the nutshell of the entire game. What are we about to see? Where are we at in the game right now for context?
Okay, so Cal's, like, this takes place maybe about 3 hours into the game.
Okay.
So Cal's built himself up.
Hey, there's
He's not
3 of
a
me.
Padawan
No, there's 4 of
anymore.
me.
He's not a full Jedi yet.
Sure.
Like Vince said, this is unedited. We had one of our star players, Blair, over there.
That's it right there!
This is an expert playthrough.
Okay.
So we're going to see some really cool stuff.
He practiced a few times. 2 or 3, Blair? 2 or 3? Yeah.
2 or 3 dozen.
It takes place on Kashyyyk, which
Okay.
is the Wookiee planet.
Of course.
And Cal's on a mission to restart the Jedi Order. and it takes them here to Kashyyyk. And
There's
the
three, man.
Wookiees have been
There's
enslaved
four,
by the
man.
Empire, who's basically siphoning the planet for all its resources to build up the Imperial war machine.
Got it. All right, so I brought up my phone, not to be rude, of course. It wouldn't be Greg Miller if I didn't look at the Twitch chat. And yeah, they are all through with us talking. They'd like to see the game. We've gone on long enough. We're not going to drone.
Let's do it.
Vince,
Well, let's roll.
would you like to kick it off?
Let's go.
There's three. There's four.
Jedi, over here.
Imperial Sap Refinery lies dead ahead.
Tree sap.
Nothing good. They refine the sap into a powerful compound, and they're rushing to expand production.
We have to stop them.
That's the plan. We don't know their end game, but they spread themselves too thin. This map we've recovered proves it.
Here you go, bud.
These refineries double as brutal prison camps. We use those cutters to create a distraction, while you take your lightsaber and free the Wookiees inside. We need their help to stop the Empire.
Understood.
Watch yourself in there.
You hear that? He said he needs my help. Come on, buddy.
I like that.
Man, this damn game looks great. Is double jump confirmed? I'm sorry.
I'm sure he's got the force.
Gonna need to get through here.
Man, this damn game looks great.
And the gameplay looks absolutely gorgeous.
Is double jump confirmed? I'm sorry.
I'm sure he's got the force.
It's gonna be true. The game was absolutely awesome. There's no jumping around? I'm sure.
Think you can help me, PD? You sure you want to plug into this thing? Okay. A shortcut. That's why you wanted to get this thing. You had no idea that was there, did you? You just wanted to turn that cutter on.
Patrol the base. Got another breach down here. Some kind of webbing.
Need to slice this. No guards. Hey, we're here to free you. You're not alone.
Visitation is not permitted.
Games play best on Xbox One.
What do we think? What do we think, EA Play? Yes, that's what I wanted, the little boy. Guys, congratulations. That looks pretty awesome.
Thank you.
I have
So
a
what do you
million
guys think?
questions, and I know we're short on time as always. I want to point out, though, in the Twitch chat, Gwyn.
Well, Do we want to watch the Apex footage?
I'm not too worried about Apex right now. I was mainly worried about this one just because, in
Yeah.
general, this is that big jump that EA is needing, as we were talking about before. They needed to really establish themselves, saying that they're trying to correct their, especially in the Star Wars universe, correct what they did. And what I've seen so far, I'm on board. They've already got me sold.
They definitely needed the single player for sure.
Yeah, I would agree with that, Marvin. I'm a bit skeptical now. I don't know if it was my monitor, but the graphics did not look good, I thought. So I want to rewatch it on something that's got a little bit more higher fidelity than my monitor. Because I saw the graphics, I was like, is this PS2?
It looks like Force Unleashed, doesn't it?
And that brings up my second concern is, especially the Force Unleashed 2, that was like a 4-hour game.
Yeah,
like, if that's all they got,
Yeah, I don't know, man. It looks like it might be fun. Like the force executions look kind of like tight, and then I happen to notice there were force echoes. I don't know how many of those they're gonna be, but if it's anything like the Titanfall 2, when like little audio logs, they're gonna just add in the story to it. I'm kind of game for that.
So there's a couple.
If this game is like 10 hours, pretty good.
Yeah, there's a couple things that I noticed when I was looking at it, and let's see if you guys agree with me. First thing I noticed it seems like an action RPG type, almost similar to the Batman games that came out recently, and where you, as you're going through, you level up and stuff like that. However, the biggest difference I noticed was this looks extremely linear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what made me think of Force Unleashed 2.
I'm not saying it has to be completely open world, but you got to have some movement. Most of it looked like you were going down like single pathways, no way to differentiate out, and which is fine depending on how long the gameplay is. But if you're trying to go for that action RPG element, that's not good.
Yeah, I agree. I was sold on this before. Now not as much.
Funny, we're reverse roles. I'm more sold on it now, but of course, I think we've met in the middle now because I'm still semi-skeptical. We'll see how everything goes after a while.
Yeah, because I was gonna say I'm a perfectly middle of the road guy. I wait for reviews. I was kind of interested at first. I'm a little bit more interested now, but I have my skeptics because I trust Respawn with almost anything. They could give me 10 hours of linear pathways, and as long as the story is good and the gameplay is good, I don't care.
Yeah.
But at the same time, that might kill the replay value because, like Force Unleashed and all that, the fun was you just play it again and you use your skill points towards different things. They haven't shown us a skill tree or any of that, so you could be acquiring all these skill points and not have nothing to put them into outside of like the 3 things they give you to put them into.
Yeah, basically like having where it's like health, the force, or something really simple like that, or they can have skill branches where you go through, get new abilities, kind of similar like Assassin's Creed where you have like the skill branches and you can focus on something specifically depending on your gameplay style.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the big twist at the end where they reveal that this kid winds up becoming Snoke. Because if this is canon, this kid's either gonna die or he becomes a villain. So I can't wait to see which one it is.
Or just go hide somewhere away from everyone else and just never show his face again.
Until episode 9 releases, and then we see this guy, we're like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, it's like, oh, this is the best tie-in I've ever seen. He's Luke.
That would be awesome, but I'm not expecting too much, to be honest. We'll see.
Yeah.
I'm just expecting for a decent game, and that's all I'm hoping for.
And it's got a tough time to release, too. You got Death Stranding the week before, and then on the same day, you've got the Pokemon Sword and Shield.
Oh, no. Oh, and Shenmue 3. So
yeah, so it's going to have some competition in November.
Yeah.
But
if they put this like September, October, it would probably be like golden. But then it's just holiday season's always gonna be rough, and I don't think EA is doing any other shooters, so they're gonna have to promo the hell out of this.
Yep. Sorry. All right, let's get into our predictions.
Okay.
For E3, who wants? Jeremy, you want to start?
Yeah. I don't have any predictions.
So a couple of predictions going on. Let's start with Nintendo.
Let's get your first one.
Nintendo, getting actual gameplay footage. I know this is a hopeful, but we'll see. Metroid Prime 4, we actually get some basic gameplay footage and seeing what this is going to look like. With that is also going to get the release of the Metroid Prime trilogy on the Switch. I know it's been released multiple times, but at the same time, this is a gameplay series that'd be fantastic on the Switch. Great on the go, simple gameplay, good game.
Can you imagine if they release it the same day they announce it?
Oh my god! I'd lose it. I'd be buying it immediately. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah, I'd stop everything for that.
I will say this in anticipation of upcoming Switch games. This morning, I ordered a larger micro SD card.
Okay, yeah, they're on sale. It's a good time to do it.
Yeah, I got a 512 or 512.
Ooh, that's not bad.
I mean, I may not like the Switch. I mean, I could be wrong.
Yeah. I've got quite a few. I've got quite a few, but I get almost everything digitally if I can.
I'm a physical person. As you guys know, I'm a collector, so everything I have is tangible from back my old cartridges and stuff like that. All throughout the house is video games everywhere. I mean, the only places in my house that doesn't have video games are the bathrooms.
And they should.
For now.
Yeah.
Avoid the Hollow Knight physical version, Jeremy. It doesn't have everything on there.
I will say this about your Metroid Prime prediction. I don't think it's that far off. And I know it was recently just announced that it got switched. Was it February that Retro Studios was taking it over? I have a feeling that they've had a team there working on it, knowing this day was going to come, and just making assets and working on the engine. So I bet you when they said, "All right, Retro, you guys are taking it over," they're like, "Cool, we're already 6 months in." You know?
Well, Nintendo's not dumb. They had a feeling things were not going right, so they probably had a backup plan. I don't see them.
Yeah.
They don't like failing. That's one of Nintendo's things is when they fail, they know it puts a sour taste in the mouth because they're so more unique than all the other two, or than the other two. So they want to make sure they stand out. They stand out in a good way.
Yep. So I don't think that's too off the wall. And I've never played the Metroid Prime, so I would like the trilogy on the Switch.
Oh my god, you're in for a fantastic trilogy of games if they port it over, man. So good.
And it's open gameplay like a normal Metroid game. You can jump through the whole maps, except with that 3D experience. Like even back on the GameCube, it was actually considered one of the most graphically intense and beautiful games of the time.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember like the first time booting it up, I had only had like Metroid Fusion and Zero Mission as like my like taste palette, and I'd just be being floored, like, holy hell, how am I supposed to do all this? Like, I'm used to 2D Metroid. I gotta explore this whole world, and I can go anywhere. That's crazy.
And then all the spoilers and stuff like that to get the complete the game properly and get all the extra power ups and stuff. You can put a solid 30 hours in each game without even trying.
Oh,
yeah, I've heard good things, so I'm looking forward to them. If they do get announced, if not, Nintendo, you're dropping the ball. Marvin, what's your first prediction,
dude?
Or what do you want to see?
I can't even predict anything anymore. Like all the leaks have pretty much just made it so anything I can predict, it's probably like already been announced, sort of thing. But I would say that there's going to be a Horizon Zero Dawn Part 2. Like it's just gonna just drop, and then they're gonna blame it on the villain of the game, Silence. Like I feel like there's just gonna be like a trailer or something for that, because we know the next 4 games that they're working on leading into the PS5, but that could be their stealth way of announcing the PS5. Like, oh yeah, coming next gen in like a year or two.
Yeah. Now, do you think they're going to do a state of play next week or something?
I think they might just do like just a random, hey guys, go to YouTube right now. We're going to announce something, and then just have their state of play. Because if they wait till next week, they could kind of be dropping the ball, because Xbox is going to bring like the fire.
Yeah, they're going to bring the lumber. They're going to bring the lumber tomorrow.
And and if Sony literally sticks to their guns of we're so cool, we don't have to show up to E3, and they miss this good marketing pitch, I don't know. You're going to have the PS3 all over again. Like you can't go in like that. You got to at least play ball a little bit with these sort of things.
No, that's not going to be a PS3. It's going to be a Wii U situation.
Oh my god, yeah, because the PS3 actually sold like with the free online, but the Wii U, we don't talk about.
And the thing is, it wasn't a bad console, but marketing absolutely murdered it.
Yeah, it literally was just the whole
Well, and having to use the Wii remote again was not.
Yeah.
That wasn't that bad of a thing, in all honesty, but you didn't have to, depending on what game you're playing.
Yeah, that little tablet thing was kind of like, it was kind of stupid because like, you know how the Switch, you can now take it in and out. Like I thought you could do that with that little tablet. You couldn't. That didn't make sense.
Well, depending on the game, some of them you could use just the tablet mode, but you couldn't use it within a certain distance of the console. Once you got like 15 feet away, it'd lose connection.
Oh no, that's what I mean. Like you just take the tablet and have that be your portable version of the Wii U. Like that would have made so much more sense. Like just put the little game cartridge in there and go, or whatever. Like I didn't even own a Wii U. I don't know if it was discs or.
Neither did I.
It's CD based.
It was CD based.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or DVD based, same concept.
So my first prediction is the next Assassin's Creed will be announced at the Ubisoft show, and it'll be before next year's release. I don't think it's going to be the Vikings, though.
You don't think it's good? I'm pretty sure it's
Really?
the Vikings, dude.
Where are you expecting this one to go?
I don't know, but I don't. The reason I don't say that I don't think it's going to be the Vikings is that leak was in the Division 2, and it seemed kind of tenuous at best.
Don't forget they leaked London in there though too.
Yeah.
Well, London was already done, so.
Well, yeah, but in the first division.
No, I'm talking about for Watch Dogs, like.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I don't know, maybe, but I have a feeling it would go to around the.
Just say Japan. Let's get
No,
another. Let's get another movie game.
I wish. No, but I have a feeling it would go like around the 12th century, maybe something with a Mongol horde.
Ooh, that could be fun. Actually, it'd be way fun.
So, that's my first prediction. Jeremy?
My thing with that one, in all honesty, is that I want something that fits into the Assassin timeline. And I'm not just saying Assassin timeline as far as, lineage in general. They're still keeping with the lineage all the way back. I want something after the Assassins were created and get back to the root of why they call it Assassin's Creed.
Mm-hmm.
Because I nicknamed the last one Mercenary Mayhem. Because literally that's all you were doing. You're running around kicking the crap out of people. There was very little assassin-like features in it.
Yeah, I mean, because I'm playing through it now. You can play very stealth-like the other Assassins, but you don't have the wrist blade,
Hidden blade, yeah.
It doesn't have the same feel, and I'm a loyalist. I've been playing since the first game, so I want that true Assassin's Creed feel. Now, is it a good game? Yeah, it's just not my type of game. So I'm one of those few that actually was against Origins, and the last one that just came, and Odyssey, and obviously I get a lot of flack for it.
No, I get where you're coming from. I don't know if I told you I didn't want Odyssey, but the reason I got it was it was the gold edition was on sale on Xbox for $33, and I wanted the Assassin's Creed 3 remaster, which was $40. And I said, well, I'll just buy the gold edition of Odyssey and get another game for less money.
Yeah. Dude, they need to just bring back the future timeline. Like, that should be the next Assassin's Creed game. You bring Desmond back from the dead. Or no, not Desmond. What was the new guy, or the guy's name from the first three? Was it Desmond?
Desmond Miles.
They need to bring Desmond back and fix history. Let's stop going into this Animus thing because we know Abstergo is evil. Let's save the world.
What'd be interesting to find out is when you jump into the Animus that in reality, the newer Animus, you can actually control the past. Now that'd be an interesting twist.
That would be tight. Like some Westworld-esque thing. Like you get to create your own narrative.
Basically. So you can once you get in there, you realize that you're not just controlling the character, or you're not just in that timeline acting out as them. You find out that you actually do have some control of what's going on.
See, that would be tight. That or an open world RPG, or like a massive. If they make an MMORPG of Assassin's Creed side of the thing, like where everybody.
Let's get back on track. let's get back to the predictions.
We're gonna go
Yeah,
forever
okay.
on this.
Yeah.
All right.
We're going
So
off on a tangent. We don't need to. We can in another week, but not today.
it's not a
Jeremy, what's
prediction.
your-
It's already been confirmed.
Okay.
Is Baldur's Gate 3, and that's the one that I am absolutely ecstatic for. Especially with the Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 physical releases on all the consoles. Just the thought of having Baldur's Gate on the Switch on the go, there goes my life.
Dude, $50. You can own it.
$50 for probably 200 hours worth of gameplay, easy. And that's only like, I don't know if you guys were playing the original ones back on PC way back in the day.
Oh yeah.
But I was the type where I would have like 15 different save paths depending on what parallel was going on. You know, you go A or B. So I'd sit there and switch off and make a save each way. So if I wanted to go back later on and figure out what would have happened if I chose path B, then I start following that way and make 15 more saves and just slowly start playing it out. It's so easy to get like 30 or 40 saves in that game.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm looking forward to those being re-released in consoles later this year.
My big one was Destroy All Humans. They're remaking that. I never thought that was gonna come out of the woodwork.
Yeah.
Hang on, say that again. They're making another Destroy All Humans?
They're remastering it, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
No,
I mean,
they're remaking it, not remastering. It's a
Remaking it, okay.
whole nother beast, dude.
I mean, it can't be fun, and it could fit into some of this new indie generation that's going on with games like that. I mean, basically, we're gonna have a Destroy All Humans make it almost like a Katamari Damacy type game.
Oh my god, that would be fantastic. Yeah.
That's where I see it going. It's not quite as serious and even more playful than what it already was.
Yeah, because I was gonna say it never was serious. It was all about I don't know if I can say it on the stream, but it was all about shooting things and making people's like heads exploding and throwing people. Like it was just great, messy fun. And I thought they were gonna do another one because I think they ended off in like the 70s. So I thought it was gonna start with the 80s, but nope, they're going back to the 50s. And I can't wait.
Well, they may be trying to pull the series forward now, so we'll see.
Yeah. Marvin, what do you got next?
That was my next.
Oh, that was? Okay.
George, what you got, man?
I think Daemon X Machina is going to be delayed. We haven't heard anything about it, and it was supposed to be out this summer.
Yeah.
And I think Animal Crossing is going to be heavily featured in either the Direct or the Treehouse, but I think it's going to be out late summer, early fall. I'm guessing late August, early September.
Okay. What if they say releasing today?
I don't think they'll do that.
No, Daemon X, they just did the beta not that long ago. It was a great game, but it did have some flaws.
Yeah.
So what I'm thinking is the developers took the beta information, trying to make the tweaks, that way they have a good product when they bring it out. I mean,
and that's why I think they're going to delay it.
The giant mech games like that, we've been waiting for a long time for another Armored Core style game, and the fact that we got one that plays phenomenal, looks great, delaying it a couple months isn't really going to hurt them too terribly much.
I agree. And I think Luigi's Mansion will be out in October. I think it just makes sense for the spirit of Halloween.
Dude, I didn't know. I can't believe that game's playable currently.
What?
Luigi's Mansion 3, like, didn't they just announce that, like, maybe, like, 4 to 6 months ago? Like, that.
It's about a year ago.
Yeah, they just announced it, but they've probably been working on it for a good 2 or 3 years prior.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, they're probably going to be using the engines that they used for the last two games, and it's not that hard of a game to remake a new one with. And I wouldn't be shocked if, you know, a year later we get a trilogy that's going to have the original Dark Moon and the newest one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good point. All right. What's your next prediction, Jeremy?
Alrighty. So, as everyone's aware, the Xbox Live is coming to the Switch. I know it's kind of one of those things that people are confused on what's it going to be, what all's going to happen with it. I'm expecting to see some first-party titles from both companies kind of jump back and forth. Not maybe major names, but some basically some cooperation. And the big cooperation I see happening, and I'm very hopeful for, Marvin, I'm going to get your hopes up right now. I'm predicting a new Banjo-Kazooie.
Don't do that. Don't give me hope. No.
I don't think I've ever played a Banjo-Kazooie.
What is wrong with you?
It's on Game Pass.
Is it?
Yeah. I think
Dude,
they're
I
all
got
there.
so
Okay.
many games that I paid for already. I'm trying to get through.
Dude, just grab the rare replay. It's like $10
Yeah.
now.
It's so
It
worth
has
it.
all the games.
Oh my god,
They're not really my thing.
dude.
Okay.
Oh,
before
I
you-
can I can barely tolerate Mario games.
Okay, so
alright.
on this part forward, George is. I think we're losing connection with him right now. I can't quite hear what he's saying. Marvin, would you like to continue with what you're saying before anything goes worse and we end up with pitchforks again?
Yeah, no. Okay, so I can I would be down for a new banjo. Honestly, I'm so flustered by what he just said.
You can't even think straight.
Exactly. My brain's just like, all right, we have to kill this guy.
Death to the infidel.
Exactly. Dude, a new banjo would be very, very, very welcome. Maybe if Playtonic and Rare do like some joint thing, because that would get the old band back together. Because both developers currently they're doing nothing towards being like a good platforming like the thing that Banjo Kazooie was
Well,
like.
did you see the video for the new ukulele?
Yeah, it's like 2D now.
2D platformer, yeah.
That looks like it might be fun. I never played the first one, but I kickstarted for like I threw money towards it, and then I heard it was terrible, so I just never played my Kickstarter
It's
game.
not terrible. It's exactly what you expect it to be. It plays like a Nintendo 64 game. It was meant to be a throwback, and people were expecting it to be not so clunky in some ways because it's newer. But you know,
Yeah.
you get
Alright,
a
well,
game like that, you
that's
get what you're
pretty-
getting.
That's better than what happened with Mighty Number 9. All right, I guess I'll install Ukulele today and go through that. But yeah, no, they could definitely do that, and I would be so ready for it. But they have to have the right team because it could go so bad. It could go so bad. Also.
Mhm.
What can I?
My next prediction is we're gonna get Halo Infinite gameplay tomorrow in release window.
Okay, you think it's gonna be a battle royale?
They might have a battle royale mode, but I think it's gonna be story and traditional Halo multiplayer.
Now,
They
is
may
this-
put it in a battle royale mode, but
Are you expecting it like a $59.99 title, $30 title? What are you expecting this to be?
it's gonna be a $60 title. And honestly, to lead into my next prediction, I think not only is it gonna be on the Xbox One, I think it's gonna be on the next platform as well, simultaneous launch. And I think that platform's coming out later this year.
You're predicting
It's gonna be up for this holiday season.
you're
You think it's
predicting a new
soft launch?
Xbox?
The new Xbox for this holiday season.
So the
Oh,
Xbox 5.
Yeah, the Xbox 5. That's what I like to call it.
They gotta take it.
I think it's going to be out for this holiday season. I think Microsoft knows they have to strike while the iron's hot. If Sony's saying they don't expect people to fully transition over to the next console until the 2022, that means it's at least a year out before it's even available, maybe even 2. And I also take that to mean that if they're expecting it to be in the wild for a couple years before people go from the PS4 to the PS5, that it's not going to be more powerful significantly. So Microsoft is they're giving them the chance to just lay down the gauntlet and just make an insane machine coming out soon.
Well, the thing with the PS4 in particular is that to start with, it had a lot of games that were released PS4 and PS3 at the same time to try to help with the transition. And so they allowed people to gradually come over. I was one of those people. I didn't get into the PS4 till about, I'd say, 2 years after launch. I was still on PS3 because I didn't really have anything until those titles that started really hitting hard. I was like, okay, I got to jump.
Yeah.
Dude, when I finally switched to the PS4, I already had like 5 to 10 games thanks to that little promotion thing, because it was like Ghosts and Justice and whatnot.
Yeah.
So they do that again. That could be fun. All right. My guess is Resistance is gonna come back, but it's not gonna be made by Insomniac. It's gonna be like some unknown studio trying to get their foot in the door.
So this is again at the hypothetical PlayStation State of Play that's coming.
Yeah, they're doing something. Hopefully. You know, yeah. Let me get my focus off of Sony because they're not gonna be here.
Yeah. All right.
I'm throwing pennies in the well, just hoping and praying that Sony does something.
Sony just
The
pops in the
Atari-
door last second. Just kidding.
Yeah, it's like
There's
hey,
a new
guys.
game coming for the Atari 2600.
Oh my god.
What?
I'm joking.
Because I was gonna say people keep releasing carts for the Super Nintendo. I wouldn't put it past them.
Yeah.
Dude, I bust out my Atari 2600 right now and just set it on a table. Like, let's go. And in all honesty, there's actually a it's funny you bring this up. I'll be off topic for about 2 seconds. Up in Wisconsin, there's an event called the Retro Classic that they have developers that will build games like that. And somebody built an Atari 2600 version of Flappy Bird back when that was popular, and that won the indie game for that show.
Nice.
Oh my god. Wait, who owns the rights to Silent Hill currently? Is it still Konami?
Konami.
Yeah.
Don't get your hopes up.
I know. I was just gonna use that as my next prediction, but I realized even then, like my brain was like, "No, that won't happen. You're a fool."
We're still waiting on the one that almost happened a few years ago. That was a partial.
PT?
Yeah.
That's now known as Death Stranding.
Yeah.
Just with more walking added to it.
And more bizarreness.
Yeah.
Jeremy, what's your next prediction?
Alrighty. So, I know Nintendo said this for a long time that they are not working on this, that it's not coming. I don't care. I think it's going to happen. We're going to get the N64 Mini.
Ooh, okay. I thought you were gonna go Mother 3, but yeah, that'll be good too.
Mother.
So, 20 game collection coming out on it, probably using similar to the same engine that they have right now. People have already hacked the SNES one and been able to put N64 games on there, so they don't really need to do too much to change it. And Nintendo's got it down when it comes to those mini consoles.
Yeah.
And the market's hot on them. Put a new one out with the N64. People are fighting to try to get this. Sega just jumped on the ball with this one with their new Genesis console coming out. Ride the wave.
Has like 60 games, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's got 60 games. It's got a lot of their really good titles on there. Because before they had theirs put out by a company called At Games, and didn't exactly do the greatest of job with their hardware, so it kind of made Sega look bad. So Sega took the full control of this one for a true blue Sega Genesis Mini, and it's going to be, them doing it, all their hardware, everything. So expect a good product.
What would be your pick for 20 games, I guess? Or what were your top cuts?
That was going to be my question.
So top 5 games I sing is Star Fox 64, Mario 64, Mario Party 1, 2, or 3, any of those. I'm hopeful on this one. I doubt it's going to happen. Perfect Dark. If not Perfect Dark, 007. And then last one, I think it'd be up the air for so many different companies and stuff like that.
Wait, you'd have to have Ocarina of Time and probably Majora's Mask.
I know. It's one of those two. I don't see them both jumping on there.
Don't forget StarCraft 64.
Oh god, don't say that.
I think getting GoldenEye would be particularly difficult because I don't know who owns the license anymore.
Yeah.
Perfect Dark with their partnership with Xbox, you might be able to get that because that's a rare game. So
possibility with Banjo-Kazooie on there as well. There's a lot of stuff going on right now between these competitors trying to work with each other. Freaking
you forgot Conquer.
I don't think Conquer would release with it. As much as I'd love it to, because of its mature audience, it would make it where young kids would not be able to buy the console, and that would tank part of their.
I never played Conquer. See, I had it in 64, but I got it right after I graduated high school, so I really only used it for maybe 6-7 months total because I was in basic training and then AIT, and
dude,
I'm really missed out on that generation quite a bit.
Yeah, you missed out on a whole genre of games. Like those are all like platforming games.
Yeah,
that was 64 specialty.
That's why I don't care about Banjo-Kazooie and stuff like that. It just doesn't do anything for me. I don't even have like 1 iota of nostalgia for it. So, because I've never played them.
Did you play Mario 64 though, right?
No.
Oh my god.
At the stores where they had the demo, that's it. I never finished Ocarina of Time, and I never finished Majora's Mask, so I went back and I bought Majora's Mask on the 3DS and played that. But I hate that little camera nub they've got on the 3DS.
George, I'm kidnapping you. We're gonna sit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tie you up in my house, and we're gonna start playing a bunch of retro games.
I was gonna say he doesn't know the joy of dropping that penguin off the edge of the world. Like
The first time as a young kid you did something extremely terrible in a good game.
and your parents couldn't reprimand you for it. Like I was like, this is what it feels like to have the power of the Force and use it for evil.
And just walk away. That nothing happens. You're like, do.
Yeah, it's like, all right, let me go back to collecting coins.
I'm looking over my list here. I don't really have much else in terms of predictions. Do you guys have anything else you want to see or you're looking forward to?
So, Capcom. I'm expecting some good releases from Capcom. I'm hoping that we see a Mega Man 12. Or, yeah, basically a Mega Man 12. If not, please bring back the Legends series. We've been begging for it for the longest time. I mean, the old Legends games were, I know they're kind of campy, a little bit out of date, but they're still fun. And it'd be nice to have that different style gameplay. But the big one I'm expecting from them this year, since they already had the huge hit with Resident Evil 2 Remake, I'm predicting the Resident Evil 3 Remake video, at least announcing
Nemesis?
it.
Okay.
Nemesis, PlayStation 4, 3D graphics, freaking just absolutely stellar game. I am banking on it.
I
am
see that.
absolutely hopeful, because the thought of having Nemesis chase me around and the graphics and the freaking intensity these days, it scared the crap out of me as a kid. Now I'm basically going to be having nightmares.
I could see that.
That'd be great.
I don't know which show they'd be on. Maybe on the Xbox or the Nintendo show, some of them. Because I don't think Capcom's doing their own conference.
Okay. Hear me out on this. What if the next Xbox console gets announced? It's just a PC. It's just.
That's
just like,
gonna
"Alright."
happen sometime, most likely. I mean, the consoles are never gonna be able to keep up.
No,
Just something where
but
you
hear
can
me out
upgrade it.
though, because it's literally at this point they're focusing mostly on their streaming and bringing Xbox to everything, right? Why don't they just bring everything home back to the Windows platform? And I don't know if you guys have desktop PCs, but there's no Wi-Fi built. You have to Ethernet them. What if the next Xbox is just a big PC, like, and you can just Wi-Fi in, play all your games either on your Xbox system or through their little streaming xCloud thing, and you don't have to pay for live because you already have internet access.
I don't see it happening.
You know, they hated all the people who were right at one point. You'll
No,
come around.
I just don't see it happening. I mean, if it happens, it happens, but I'm a traditionalist when it comes to gaming, so I will always be physical. Everything needs to be in hand, stuff like that.
I've got some high hopes for the Square show. I'm hoping that they've realized they've been just missing the mark the last couple years, and they're gonna put out some good stuff. I think we're gonna see more Final Fantasy VII.
Oh yeah. They confirmed that. What are your
I
thoughts
don't
on
know
the
if it's-
Avengers?
Now that the Avengers game, I think a lot of people are going to be disappointed because I've heard it's supposed to be like Destiny. I think it's going to be more like a DC Universe Online, where you have your set power tracks, like you can fly, you can move really fast. You're not going to play as Thor and Captain America and Iron Man.
No, you're gonna be like a new Avenger. You're gonna create your own.
Yeah, you're going to make your own Avenger. So I think it's going to be awesome, though.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna give you the traditional powers like everyone expecting, like maybe flying and stuff like that. But you're not gonna be able to, maybe as a secret weapon that you can find later on as like a rare drop, you might be able to get Thor's hammer, depending on what your stats are and everything. That if you're considered worthy to carry it, like cameo stuff like that. But for the most part, I think you're gonna be building your own character to live in that universe. Which, if you want if you want that type of game where you're playing as Captain America, guess what? We're getting it.
Yeah, Marvel Ultimate Alliance.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 is coming out. That's where you're going to be able to play as your superhero.
And that's why I think, you're not going to be playing as Avengers in this one. So,
Dude, I can't wait for our guild group to just like be full of like wonky little superheroes. It's gonna be great.
Do you think Avengers is going to come out this year?
They've been working on it for like 4 or 5 years. I could see it like releasing in this year, but what month would be like a good one? Like September, October?
Quarter 4,
But they
probably
come
probably September, October. Get
Yeah,
ready
'cause they
for the
can't do
holiday
November.
season.
We don't need anything else in November.
No.
It's already.
No,
Right.
November's a hard month already, especially with it being Black Friday and everything. That's just a hard
Mhm.
month to put games out, especially if it's a heavy competition game.
That
And what if it's end of summer? Like we need more summer games too, because all we have is Fire Emblem. Which don't get me wrong, I'm gonna buy Fire Emblem.
You got Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3.
That's the summer. I thought that was
yeah.
September.
It's the week before Fire Emblem.
Yes.
It's July 19th,
Yes.
which I believe is. Well, the Spider-Man movie's coming out earlier than that. So yeah, they're back-to-back weeks, which.
Oh my
Oof,
god.
Yikes!
My Switch controllers are about to. I'm gonna have to buy new Switch for controls. I'm gonna be playing the hell out of those two.
You know, there's one more thing I want to talk about the Switch while we're actually on the subject.
Sure.
Do you believe we're getting an updated version of the Switch, like a Switch Mini or a Switch Plus?
Not at the C3. Nintendo already said they're focusing on software, not hardware, at the show.
It's coming now. I definitely believe it's coming.
I think what it'll be is it'll have extended battery life and internal, increased internal storage. I don't think it's going to be leaps and bounds ahead of what the current Switch is.
The only thing I see different is I think that it's going to be a Switch Mini. The Joy-Cons are going to be non-detachable. They'll still have all the porting, being able to dock in and everything. Better battery life, a little bit smaller screen, little things like that.
See, but the thing is, if you can't detach the Joy-Cons, you can't make the screen smaller and still put it on the dock. It would need its own dock.
It's going to have its own dock. It's going to be its own complete set.
Maybe.
Yeah, because I know the dock is like $90. They'll probably port it with just the charger, no dock.
Unless it has an adapter that you can buy for it if you're an original Switch owner. And you can buy a cheaper one that, there's so many different things they can do.
The docks are hard to find now, by the way.
Really?
Oh yeah, to find just a single dock is very difficult.
I know people collect the custom docks and stuff like that, like the ones for the special editions, the Diablo edition, the Hey You Pikachu edition, stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I want the Smash Bros one, but I wasn't gonna buy another system.
Dude, people are selling that
every day.
They're selling that that dock, just a dock, for $200 alone.
Jesus.
Damn.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. People are making their money back just selling that and the freaking custom controller.
I will say this, going back to console, Switch consoles, I do think we're gonna get a Pokemon limited edition Switch.
Oh
yeah, why wouldn't we? That's like their bread and butter. Think of how many different 3DSs we have with Pokemon editions. There's 15.
Yeah.
But each of them sold, and most of them are collectibles.
Now, what'll be interesting is if they do separate ones for Sword and Shield.
Ooh,
So, you get one that's got the sword on it, and it's got the red, and then Shield is blue.
Nah, that's too much marketing. I think they're going to just do a Sword Shield edition that's going to have both games included in it with the Steelbook edition, and it'll be like a $450 console. And it's going to come with the Switch,
it's like
Pro
a
controller
bundle right there.
Yeah,
but I'd buy it. In all honesty, because it has everything that that custom Pro controller that I'm expecting them to have. You picture a Pokemon themed Pro controller, which actually has the Pokeball look.
The red and the white.
Yeah, it would look clean. It would look really clean.
Yeah.
Do you guys think that the other game for game Town, you think that's coming this year? You guys know anything about that?
The what?
The Town. They have the Pokemon guys are working on another game called Town. It looks a little bit like Earthbound.
I don't think it would be this year. Nintendo's already got a lot coming out this year.
Well, it makes me wonder what Nintendo, because Nintendo's got a bunch of stuff that's coming out. They said 20 SKUs is what they have on hold on GameStop.com for new pre-orders that are going to be popping this week. So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we see another Punch-Out. I wouldn't be surprised if we see, a bunch of
Punch-Out.
Whoa. Yeah, I think we would see another Punch-Out, but it's not this year. I think it's for next year.
No, I still see, the pre-release for it. Just the basic information. Punch-Out, maybe a new Star Fox, maybe a couple other things. Things that we're hoping
it better not be Star Fox 64 re-released again. They need to just give that man a new adventure.
Well, there was a really good Star Fox game released last summer that didn't get the love, and that was called Starlink.
Oh my
Yeah, I was
God,
gonna
it's so
say.
good.
I'm still waiting to buy the deluxe edition on the Switch store. Is it good? It's
It's
great.
really good.
Oh yeah.
But
Okay.
it's more traditional like RPG platformer where you like go world to world and stuff like that, have to level up, do missions. So it's a different element than a traditional Star Fox game, which is nice. But then when you get out to when you get out to space, the gameplay and the graphics are stunning.
Yeah, I agree. And I bought a bunch of the ships, and I was really into it. But the thing is with all right, so when you're playing it, if you have digital content, you can't use that if you have the controller attached to the little ship holder.
Okay.
So the Switch version comes with digital content, but you can't use it when you've got the little model on there.
Yeah, that's
so.
confusing.
and then having the model, when you buy the weapon enhancements or a different ship, it only links to your game account for a week. So every 7 days you have to attach everything.
Oh no, that's stupid.
Yeah,
that's why I heard going digital was the way to go with that game.
It is.
I would agree.
Just buy the physical one if you want the actual toy for it. Because I kind of want.
Agree.
I want the R-Wing, but I also want all the actual other vehicles. So I might just do digital deluxe.
Well, the other vehicles and stuff like that are really cheap. They're starting to kind of go. That part of it's going under. The only thing keeping this game alive.
Yeah, because they discontinued making more. I heard.
Yeah.
The only thing that's keeping that game alive right now is Nintendo and the whole Star Fox storyline. In fact, they're expanding it.
Yeah.
Well, they did. Yeah, the release came out in April.
Oh, it's already out?
Yeah, the free expansion.
Oh, they're going to be adding more stuff on top of it, from what I heard.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Has Nintendo's E3 sale started yet, or is that starting next week after the Direct?
It's going to be next week after the Direct.
Oh man, you can't buy anything till then. I don't want to pay full price for something that's got to be discounted 2 days later.
Yeah, I hear you.
I would also see all like the pre-order bonuses and stuff like that coming in. Next week's going to be one of those ones where, if you're wanting to buy a game, hold off for just another week, and you're going to get a really good deal coming in. I'm pretty positive.
A lot of the publishers and developers are doing sales right now, so.
Yeah, games. Was it Days of Play for PlayStation? A bunch of huge sales right now.
Yeah,
Microsoft's got one.
There's like 500 things on the Microsoft sale. Yeah.
I haven't checked on the Nintendo eShop yet to see what they have, but I'm sure there's plenty.
Well, yeah, they've always got stuff on sale.
Astro Bears for 10 cents.
Nothing marked as an E3 sale, but that's all I've got for this week. You guys got anything else?
No. Main thing is that for you that are watching, we will not be in next week.
We're taking a week off next week.
We're taking a week off. Father's Day is next week. I got my munchkins I want to spend some time with. So I know there's a couple other fathers that are helping out with the producing and the writing and stuff like that. So it's one of those things where we want to take it for ourselves, and also time for you guys to be able to spend with your families as well. So early happy Father's Day to you guys, and definitely start posting pictures of your nerd stuff with your kids and stuff online, or with your dad. We're gonna start pulling that stuff. I'm not gonna post all my stuff from Comic-Con with my daughter last year.
Nice.
Being a nerd dad is one of the best things ever.
Yeah. I can only imagine.
I got a turtle. That's my kid.
Yeah, I've got cats and a dog.
Well, according to my wife, she has 3 children if she counts me, especially when I'm video gaming.
Oh my god. Do you want food, baby?
It's just so tantrum. I don't want to play anymore. All right, yeah, we need to get going though. It was fun.
Yeah,
take care, guys.
Get ready to watch some more E3 shows this weekend.
We'll definitely talk about more of it next week once we get everything in and be able to talk about what we saw and what we're hoping for. But until then, everyone enjoy E3. Tell us what you think. Leave some comments below.
Yep. Have a good one.
Have a good weekend, boys.
See ya.